and welcome to the WIHS Journal, Public Affairs from 104.9. I'm Paul Kretschmer. This is the second of two broadcasts on Mastering Motherhood. Once again, the questioner is General Manager Matt Harper, and our guest is Jennifer Chapman.
If you're listening, you're hearing the voices of Jennifer Chapman, president and founder of the ministry called Mastering Motherhood. And also with her is Carol Moquin, director of the Marlboro location of this ministry. Carol was just talking about what some of the regular aspects of the meetings are when they meet, but I want to go back to the founder here. Jennifer, your heart in starting this was bigger than what you felt like you could do on your own. You already mentioned that. And yet God took your willingness and he's grown this into something pretty significant. Can you talk about that and tell our listeners what God's done beyond just Connecticut?
I will be very honest in saying I did fight God a little bit. When it grew to 198 mamas, He had called me to start planting in other locations. And I did fight it. I was very nervous, the spiritual battle that my family would sort of have a target on his. I mean, here I am, president of Mastering Motherhood. You know, it was intimidating and I didn't feel qualified. I finally obeyed and we had a professional team come in to record trainings. I wrote out all the curriculums, partnered with organizations to increase, bring in great training and curriculum. And God has really grown it. It's now 7 locations. This past year opened out of state of Connecticut to New Hampshire.
That's exciting.
So God is on the move. I am a little uncomfortable when you say founder because it's truly God that founded this ministry. It is all God's. I am a humble servant that really has a heart for outreach. And this is exactly what this ministry does. It is not a little moms group. It is powerful how God has put it together. Moms are used to, they're in a place of great need. And right now, a lot are going to social media. And that's leaving them more isolated, more depressed. They maybe see each other in the grocery store in passing. And just like social media, have the masks on. Hi, how are you doing? Great. How are you doing? Great. Yeah. We need spaces for moms to take the masks off. These speakers that we have, professional speakers at Mastering Motherhood every week, that get to the real heart. They talk about things we don't normally talk about. And moms get to be vulnerable and share what they're really going through. Yes. And then go to book groups where they get to be trained and given tools on how to help their marriages. The testimonies that come out of Mastering Motherhood are powerful, and they're happening weekly. Marriages are being saved.
Amen.
Lives are physically being saved. That's how desperate it is.
Wow.
Not just spiritually, but physically. Moms are trained on how to train a child. A lot of moms do not have, they don't have any training on being a mom, and the only training they have is maybe what they've seen growing up.
Yeah.
And that might be something they want to emulate, but they might want to not.
Right.
This is giving the tools to really do the job of motherhood well, and this is the most important job.
When I hear you talk about it, the word lifeline comes to my mind.
Yes.
That this is a lifeline that you're making available. Can you share some of the testimonies that you've heard?
Oh, I could share hundreds. We have a survey, and the moms will write their testimonies. They're so powerful. Every time I step through the doors of a Mastering, a mom will come to me in tears saying, I cannot thank you enough for starting this ministry. It has saved my life. I am a different person because I come to this ministry. God uses Mastering Motherhood, and it's really the church. We do not need to go overseas to do missions work. With 92% of mamas in churches' backyards.
Good point.
And churches are sitting empty during the week. This is an opportunity to fling open the doors. Welcome in your community. And God was so brilliant when he designed this program because he set up platforms outside of church walls. Because a lot of people, especially in New England, have a perceived idea of who a Christian is. They know us more by our opinions than they do by our love. And Mastering Motherhood, God set up a platform, masteringmotherhood.com, and on Instagram and Facebook at mastering.motherhood. And they are platforms outside of church walls. And moms will connect with the social media accounts. They'll go online. They'll see moms, and it's a happy website. And they'll see moms, and they'll relate to them. And then they'll do some investigating and they get excited about it and they connect with it on socials. And then they feel much more comfortable registering and coming. So it's reaching moms that would never, ever normally step through church walls.
Yes.
And that's exciting.
Yes, it is.
To me. On average, about half the mamas that attend Mastering Motherhood are non-Christian or do not attend church.
What an outreach.
And this to me is the most beautiful part, because they're walking through the doors of a church, and with the training that Mastering Motherhood provides to the leadership, they are meeting Jesus through the leadership.
Amen.
They are experiencing the love of Christ for the very first time. And now, us as Christians, we know what it's like to be in community and be loved. I have the church as a support. The outside world doesn't. Mastering Motherhood is that front porch of the church where they can experience that. And it's proven statistically, once they attend during the week, they will come back on Sundays because they are experiencing what the church really is.
We're talking with Jennifer Chapman, founder and president of Mastering Motherhood. Also with her is Carol Moquin, director of the Marlboro location for this ministry. Unfortunately, there's not enough time to continue, but one last opportunity. Carol, we'll start with you. What would you like to say about the Marlboro location for people who live in that region and how they can get tied in with what you folks are doing there?
They can go to masteringmotherhood.com and they can find our location, and then it doesn't matter whether it's the last session, they're welcome to come to any session, and they will be open arms when they walk in the door, and they'll meet new friends, and their children will have new friends, and I don't know who has more fun, the kids or the moms. So, and they love the food, they love the coffee, so it's just a great time of fellowship and getting to know other moms and talking about things that are going on in your life that maybe, you can relate to each other with that. And that's what I love about it. It's just walking down motherhood together. So we all needed it. I wish I had it when I was younger. I have 15 grandchildren now, so I can say that any mom, any age, is welcome to come.
Jennifer, I'm going to just let you say one last word about that. Who can come? And why don't we wrap it up with this? Who can be involved in Mastering Motherhood and why?
Oh my goodness, Mastering Motherhood. If you are a woman listening to this now, please come. I actually was just talking to a mom, and she said somebody kept inviting her and she kept resisting. And she said it was her biggest regret that she didn't come sooner. She said because she had this idea of moms groups that she had been to before, and they were catty and they were not life-giving. And she said she finally came to Mastering Motherhood. And she said it's like a spa for your soul. She said walking through the doors, it's so judgment-free, so uplifting, so encouraging, just everything that she needed as a mom. I said, I might use that. She said, please do, because moms need to know they just come. Don't have preconceived ideas. Even if you're not Christian, you belong at Mastering Motherhood. You need support. Every woman is welcome through those doors, and they will be unconditionally loved and supported. There are moms driving over an hour and a half, some of them, to get to a location. Okay. We are in desperate need of churches to step up and offer Mastering Motherhood. If you go to masteringmotherhood.com, there's a blue arrow on the very first page that says Starting a Mastering Motherhood, with a form that you can fill in with your pastor's name and their email address, and they will receive testimonial videos. Masteringmotherhood.com, go to Starting a Mastering Motherhood, fill in that form, and you'll receive information. And on the emails that are sent, there's a little button you can click on to schedule a meeting with me. And you get to speak to me, and I can go through all the details of what it is to start a Mastering Motherhood in your church.
Thank you again. Jennifer Chapman, founder and president of Mastering Motherhood, and Carol Moquin, director of the Marlboro location for Mastering Motherhood. God bless you both in all that you're doing to meet the needs of women in this region and beyond. I know this is just the beginning. Blessings.
Thank you. This was such a joy to be here. Thank you.
That concludes this two-part series on Mastering Motherhood. The questioner has been General Manager Matt Harper, and our guest has been Jennifer Chapman from Mastering Motherhood. For further information, call us at 860-346-1049. Opinions expressed are those of the participants, not necessarily those of the staff or management of the station. I'm Paul Kretschmer. The WIHS Journal is public affairs from 104.9 WIHS.